Hey guys, and welcome to Prep Vlog Series episode number 12. So, as you can see, it was a successful trip down to Wigan for the two bros. So, these are pretty heavy, and I'm going to take these off. This here one was the winner for Open Class D, Classic Physique. And then this here was the beginners classic physique winner. So it was a pretty awesome day. My client Kira was competing as well, and she came second in junior bikini and third in beginners bikini. So overall, a great start for the team and the business and the brand itself. And yeah, it's still taking a wee bit of time to sink in. If I'm honest, it never did until I was off stage. I've not done an update here in a wee while. I'll get to that in a little bit. But when I was on stage, we know us guys do. We have a little bit of a look at each other backstage. We're all pumping up, and then we get the glaze on. Then you start to see what people's physique looks like, and I was like, right, my legs are better than his, more conditioned than him. And then just even in the morning, I was like, right, had this reassuring sense of calm about me. And I think that was mostly my mindset, because I just knew it was the best I'd looked, and I went, fuck it, I'm here. This is two bros. This is the cream of the crop. And then I was sort of the second person on stage, which was good. With two bros, you sort of go on individually, and then you pose for 30 seconds, then you come off. And then you all go on together, do your comparisons, and then you do your routine, and that's you. So I did that for beginners, and then I was doing open class, which was just height category, and you go back on 30 seconds, comparisons, and then back off, but you don't do your routine again. So it was, I did. Then the results are at the end once everyone's done all the classic classes. So beginners was first. I got the gold and that. Didn't have time to sink in. Came off, took my medal off, waited about, went back on for open class. And when I went on with beginners, there was four of us, and I was sort of like in the middle of the stage, and they never moved us at all. They did one or two mandatory quarter turns, and that was it. And then went on for open class. Two of the guys were good. They didn't have as good legs as me. And maybe weren't as quite as conditioned, but I didn't get moved to the middle. There was three of us. I was on the right hand side of the stage, and then they moved me to the left. But what I think they were doing was just comparing the two guys that were coming second and third. But I originally thought I got second in there because I hadn't got moved to the middle. So when I went back on to get the results for the open class, and then they called me first, it was a bit surreal. And then after it, you get speaking to competitors, and other coaches pull you sort of left, right and centre, and it was a wee while till I got a bit of time on my own, and honestly, I just burst into tears when I did, because I just sat, and I'm into gratitude and whatnot, and I just sat and thought about, number one, just the journey itself from day one here to when I competed in 2017 here, to now, just how much you have a vision, and you dedicate your lifestyle to that vision, and then to see it kind of come to fruition, it just felt amazing. And I try and be as humble as I can, and I feel that I am. But that was just one occasion yesterday where I was just like, I'm fucking proud of myself. Fuck being humble. I earned this, and I wanted this. And we went down there with the full intention of winning the overall classic, which wasn't to be. I was beat by a very, very good. He won the novice, and then he won the overall. He was shorter than I was. He's probably class A or class B. Better, sort of more athletically pleasing. I think if I was bigger up top, maybe would have taken him. But condition wise, the same. just in general looked a bit better, and I'll never complain about being beaten by a better bodybuilder. So it was it didn't really sink in, because after I had that moment to myself, I'd phoned my mum and dad, phoned Rona, and then I started thinking about, well, Kira's on stage soon. So preparing her, speaking to her, calming her down, and then my brain started going, right, those of you that don't know, Inverness IBFA got cancelled. So that meant that weekend, the 20th of March, was free, and it's the Ben Weeder in London, and it's a pro qualifier. Now, to do the open class, you have to win a regional, which I've won an open class regional, so I'm going to do it, even though I'm £20 off the weight limit, because fuck it, why not, right? It's the cream of the crop. It's, you want to stand against the best in the country, and then because I won beginners, I'm now going to do novice classic physique. So I've signed up, registered for that show, so we're now sitting at 12 days out, which is exciting. To have the first two shows be two bros, when originally the first two shows were IBFA and they were class 1, is exciting. And we've made the decision to pull out all class 1 shows, which was Inverness and then Granite City. I just don't see the need and the point to do Granite City. I'm a classic physique or classic bodybuilder. I'm not a class 1, and if I don't do that show, it gives me more time to peak for PCA, which is another big one thereafter, and then I've got a UKUP 6 days after that. So that's the plan. I'll still go to Granite City to support my clients, and it'll mean that I've got a show. So a show in less than 2 weeks now. Once I've done the Ben Weeder, there'll be less than 2 weeks to the PCA. We've moved our photo shoot, me and Rona's couple shoot, from the Monday to the Sunday. So we're travelling down to London on Friday, the 27th, by train, registering, doing the show, because I'll be on first, maybe 9:30 a.m, and travelling back up from London at 6 o'clock, leaving London at 6 o'clock, going to Glasgow, staying in Glasgow, doing a couple shoot on the Sunday, and then coming back here. So going to be busy, but I can't wait for it. So how did we prepare for Peak Week is probably what you're wondering, probably what you're asking. So before this episode and the previous one, I told you that we're running 2 high days, which was about 9 days out. So we done a Friday, Saturday high day, and then we went back to baseline diet. Now by the Tuesday, I looked at my best, right, 2 days after the feed. Me and Cal kind of came up with this conclusion. Well, we know that my midsection looks good when I vacuum, and when I don't vacuum it doesn't. So I want as little food volume in my stomach as possible on show day. And because with the better 2 days load, we went, right, let's front load in the show. So it got to Wednesday and Cal was like, right, load today. So we went 1,000 grams of carbs on the Wednesday, 1,000 grams of carbs on the Thursday. So Wednesday, Thursday, low day on the Friday, and Saturday was another low day, but then the last meal was a burger and chips. Show day, we woke at 5, and then we put a meal at 5:30 and 7:30. That was just 3 Pop-Tarts and a protein shake each, and then we were good to go. Feedback from any other coaches that were there, that was just that you looked crisp, and I think posing was probably the one reason that helped me win the Open Class D, because those two guys were good. So it felt good to kind of go down south, where law of averages, everybody's better. Two bros show, standards higher, and win. That's how you judge. That's how I judge my worth as a bodybuilder, not by doing a sort of IBFA show where you get awarded a trophy because there's only 3 that show up, or 2 that show up, and one of them's garbage. So nothing against IBFA or whatever, it's just my opinion. So yeah, that's kind of been it, and straight back into cardio this morning, straight back into doing steps, straight back into hitting lower body today, which I'm excited for. It's been a wee while off the legs, been about 12 days, 13, yeah, about 12 days. and I'll train them twice this week, and then we'll probably do the same peak week. There was nothing really that we could have changed, could have done differently. In regards to Kira, the feedback we got was that if she'd done wellness, she would have won, which kind of sucked to be told that, but it's good feedback to know for next time, right? But our next show is PCA Scotland, and we need to be a bit leaner for that, so we'll have she's got 4 weeks till that, which is good. But yeah, I guess that's it from me. As I said, I'm just still a little bit in awe of what's happened. I don't think it's really sunk in yet, because like on yesterday, as I was at the show, it was at the break, I got my laptop out and I signed up and registered for the Ben Weeder in 2 weeks. So I started arranging like hotels and looking at trains and this, that and the next thing. And I wasn't hungry after I got off stage. Like, Cal was like, go have a meal, and I just wanted to like be with my thoughts and just like take fluid on board. I think I had oats and whey, and then I went and got chicken and rice from this prep company thing, and then a couple of these protein flapjacks, and then he was like, right, have a meal. And then all I wanted was Nando's. Like, I just wanted protein, and it was getting later at night, and on the way home I went, fuck it, I'll get a Nando's, and then back to baseline diet today. And Clen will go back in today, drugs will stay the same, and yeah, that's kind of it for me, guys. So the next episode will be this coming Sunday, which will be 5-6 days out, and then I'll do another one the week after. So I hope you're well wherever you are. Give it the beans.